He might be a little bit concerned here as Davis comes down with the ball, and now Redknapp needs a bit of help. In comes Davis's ball, it's a good one!
What a save!
That is a fabulous save from Peter Cech. Robbie Keane, point-blank header.
That's a quality header, but I can't believe the reaction save from Petr Cech there.
Now, Alexis Smirtin. It's going to come on for the last few minutes. Be interesting to see who he comes on for. Perhaps Mourinho's seen something he doesn't like on the break and wants to shut out that particular Tottenham threat as Johnson lines up the volley! Couldn't get any closer than that.
This is a fantastic strike from Ida. Does everything right technique-wise. Gets it on the target, unfortunately just the wrong side of the post.
They didn't play football. One thing is defend well, but try to win the game and play some football. Another thing is just defend and defend and defend and kick balls away and kick balls up and fall down and wait for the medical department. And I think nobody should give credit from what they did. I think is by the supporter point of view, by the point of view of the people who is paying, I don't know, 50 or 100 pounds to come here, I think is really bad. Is really bad.
Fortunately, Arsenal had dropped their first points of the season, drawing at home to Bolton, so we remain 2 points behind. Spurs was Frank Lampard's 114th consecutive Premiership game, overtaking Wayne Bridge to set a new record for an outfield player. By the end of the season, Frank's incredible resilience and consistency had stretched the run to 146 games and set a new Chelsea best for successive appearances.
Jose, after 2 domestic Premiership 0-0s, have you had time to reflect on what would be the difference between turning them from draws into victories?
I don't want to be strong with you because you are a nice guy. So I have to think about the answer because you don't deserve.
I can take it.
No. I just ask you, did you see the games?
Yes.
So you don't need an answer.
With Jose taking no prisoners in the pre-match press conference, the squad headed north, desperately seeking 3 points after 2 draws. Duff was at last fit enough to start. With Bridge and Babayaro both injured, Gallas filled in at left-back.
Here's Lampard. Patient build-up yet again from the Blues. Here's Johnson. Decent ball, good. Drogba, great chance! Should have hit the target, really. Here comes Lampard, who does try the shot. Might reflect. Drogba! Off the bar and out. Still it's not clear, and Gallas turns it wide. Well, tremendous shot by Didier Drogba. It bounced down. Everybody back for Borough. Hasselbank making his presence felt as usual in a defensive capacity this time. Here it comes from Lampard. Intelligent. Drogba! Wonderfully worked! And Didier Drogba, who surely should have had a couple already, finally gets one that counts. Well-worked free kick by Lampard. Nobody picked up Drogba. And the side-footed finish was wide of Schwarzer. A great time to score a goal it is, because Chelsea lead 1-0.
It's a great finish, wasn't it? Really well worked on the training ground. Well, he's deserved a goal, Drogba. He's kept plugging away. Probably should have scored a little bit earlier, but what a tidy finish this is. Well worked.
2 months into the season and a spine was emerging. 6 players: Petr Cech, Paulo Ferreira, John Terry, Claude Makelele, Frank Lampard and Didier Drogba had started every game, and we hadn't lost in any competition.
Johnson scores for Chelsea. Drogba!
That is a penalty. How on earth did he keep that one out?
For the visit of Liverpool, the side was unchanged for the 3rd game running. The last time that had happened was in February 1997 when Ruud Gullit was in charge.
Alonso. That's a decent try. Tell you what, he has looked very, very sharp, Jibril Cissé. Lampard with the corner kick. A long way through, chance of the snapshot, deflection, and off the line. That's the closest Chelsea have come. Danger still not over. And there it is, Carvalho's put it wide. 4 Chelsea players in the box. Look at the shoving going on, Salif Chao and William Gallas. In low, and in the back of the net. And the free kick routine has worked, and Joe Cole scores for Chelsea just past the hour. And how they needed that.
Well, they did. What a fantastically well-worked free kick. We'll see that on the training ground, I'm sure, but what a great delivery into the box. Well worked. John Terry causing all sorts of problems, and it's little Joe Cole who runs in at the near post, and just great contact on the half volley, delivers it into the bottom corner, and Chris Kirkland, no chance whatsoever.
Paolo, 9 games, 2 goals conceded. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good. We are defending well, but we are doing a good job, and we are working for that, and we are very happy.
Spoke to the boss, I need to get in the box more, need to be more positive, and tried to do that today. Tried to get on the end of things, and I felt, I could have scored a few more chances I had, so I was happy with that fact. I think we could play a lot better, but the points are in the bag.
Gallas, who just slips and then emphasises the slick surface forward by Bosvelt, and Nelka's on the chase here. Thiago's the furthest man back, and he's bundled over in the area. It's Paulo Ferreira, the referee gives the penalty. It was clumsy, but the conditions having a say in the game's first major incident. Howard Webb, he's calling Ferreira to him, and there's going to be a card as well. Surely not red this early in the game.
It's got to be red.
The referee applies the letter of the law. It's a professional foul, a goal-scoring opportunity, and it's yellow. It is Anelka against Petr Cech. Will this be the second goal Chelsea have conceded in the Premiership this season? It is. Manchester City take the lead. And Lampard and Duff just poised over the ball. Referee just making sure the wall's back the full 10 yards. They're pushing and shoving again on the edge of the penalty area. It will be Frank Lampard. Took a deflection. 2 deflections, in fact, and David James blocks it away. And it goes behind for a goal kick. Thiago out wide to Gudjohnsen. Lampard sat up nicely for him off the post. David James beaten.
First touch just sits up for Frank. He's got a good hand to that, David James.
Here's Cole. Still going, Joe Cole. Richard Dunn with a challenge. Lampard. Here's Gudjohnsen. Oh, he's pulled it wide. Glorious opportunity for Ida Gudjohnsen. It's probably the clearest cut chance Chelsea have had in the match.
We had a few chances here and there, but I wouldn't say many of them were clear cut really, but I think we had a lot of possession on the day and got into a lot of good positions. Just couldn't put the finishing touch off really.
That was a tough game. Of course, when you got a goal after 10 minutes, then I play very defend. They just come back with 10 people, and it was very difficult for us. But finally, if you score the first goal at the time with a little more of luck, then it'll be more easy for us.
After 10 games in all competitions, Mourinho had finally tasted defeat with Chelsea. Anelka's penalty gave Manchester City their first Premiership win over us as we slipped 5 points adrift of Arsenal. The Gunners had been in terrific form, scoring 29 goals to our 8. We were having little trouble finding the net in Europe, though, where we'd scored 3 times in both our Champions League games. But with just 2 Chelsea goals in the last 5 Premiership matches, the contrast between the records of London's top 2 clubs was becoming a big story. Questions were being asked, and Chelsea were labelled boring.
I was really happy this week when I received a statistics from a company working for Sky Sports saying that Chelsea is the most attacking football team in the Premiership, and show with numbers. show with numbers. We are the team with 111 shots in 8 matches, much more than Arsenal and other teams that people think they play more attacking football than us.
The goal-scoring potential wasn't helped by the news that Didier Drogba needed an operation on his groin. He'd miss the next 7 weeks. But on a happier note, Arjen Robben was over his foot injury and ready to be unleashed on the Premiership.